Walmart buying online movie company Vudu, a move that threatens turf control currently by Netflix and Amazon. Joining us now to weigh in on this is Jason Tanz. He is a senior editor at Wired magazine. Jason, so glad you could make it into the newsroom with us. I know Walmart hasn't disclosed the price, but many in the press are saying it's around $100 million. Is this too rich for Vudu?
Well, it's a lot of money for Vudu, but there aren't that many players in the space, and if Walmart wants to enter, it doesn't have a ton of options. There's Netflix, but it doesn't make a ton of sense for Walmart to purchase Netflix at this point. That would be a lot.
Because some have suggested, even though Netflix, I guess we should mention, has a $3.5 billion market cap,
right,
so certainly different than a $100 million purchase. But why not? Why wouldn't it be a good idea for Walmart to buy Netflix?
The only reason for Walmart to buy Netflix would be to take out a potential competitor. Now, maybe that's enough reason, but what Walmart offers is entree to the movie studios and to manufacturers. It can do that with Vudu just as easily as it can do that with Netflix.
Now, as you said, the space isn't too crowded, but yet there is Amazon and there is already Netflix, and they pretty much have the market divided. Then there's some more traditional plays. I mean, Blockbuster, you can kind of mail your movie back. Is Walmart going to be successful? I guess we should point out as well, this isn't their first foray into video, is it? No,
it's not. They partnered with HP to have downloadable movies, but that was onto your PC. That wasn't onto your TV. I actually like this move from Walmart. It is a crowded field, but it's a growing field. It's not established. There's no great leader. The problem isn't technology necessarily. The technology is established and fairly easy. The problem is relationships. It's getting consumers to buy TVs that have this stuff embedded in it, and more importantly, it's getting studios to agree to let these services stream their movies. And Walmart, in that sense, has a huge advantage over Netflix. It's got a lot of marketing muscle, and it can actually encourage, let's say, these studios to allow them to sell their movies in a way that maybe Netflix can't.
And one interesting thing that you just said is the hardware. You don't have to buy another box. You do have to buy a TV that has the infrastructure already in the TV, but a lot of people don't want just one more box in their living room.
Exactly, yeah. And Vudu sort of changed its strategy over the last year. It was selling a box that you attached to your TV and it streamed movies, but now it's getting embedded into Blu-ray players like Netflix. It's getting embedded into TVs, and we can only expect to see more of that once Walmart starts selling it through their TVs.
So how much market share do you think they're going to get from Netflix, from Amazon a year from now?
Oh, boy. Well, that's hard to say. I mean, it's going to take a while. Walmart's customers are not traditionally the first adopters. And I think we're still kind of at the early adopter stage here. So a year from now, I don't know that we're going to see a massive shakeup. But I think over the next 5 years, yeah, I think Walmart's going to be a player.
One thing I'm just curious about, I don't know if you've looked at this, is Walmart, we know, has this very conservative image, right? They've put bans on sort of quote-unquote adult magazines. They won't sell certain things in their store. What are they going to do with anything that's rated R or more adult than R?
Yeah, well, I don't think they have a problem with R-rated necessarily. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they are the largest, the world's largest retailer of DVDs. So they've been dealing with those issues for a while. But in terms of adult content, there's not a lot of adult content, so I hear, available for download anyway.
Sorry to ask you this, well, before 8 in the morning.
Vudu actually does have some adult content, I guess, and I don't know what's going to happen with that relationship. But Netflix doesn't really, Apple TV doesn't really, so it's a pretty puritanical space as it is anyway. Maybe that'll develop over the years, but for right now, they're keeping it pretty clean.
Okay, Jason, we thank you so much. Jason Tanz there, senior editor from Wired magazine.